There is certainly a problem.
I see Mr. Boaz is back, though.
Yes.
No, not to cut you short, yes. Professor, but I simply must hear what Mr. Boaz says. Fantastic. I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Do I go ahead?
Yes, please do continue.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I was just indicating that I think a democratic Kenya after 2010 should be a Kenya where non-discrimination is really implemented, because that is Article 27 right. In other words, there shouldn't be a situation where one has to bribe for a service, for a job, for anything. Indeed, even before I reach there, for us even to start thinking of there's a job to be bribed for, we must ensure that those jobs are created. And when we are talking about the creation of the jobs, you say the multiplicity of the actors within, say, an industry. And here I say the intersection between the policies that the government or the various policymakers do make, and then they converge also with what is actually required in the country, in the particular industry, because you can break it down to the various industries. And in that case, the people that are angling towards serving in those industries are also people that they know we want to get in there because we want to improve it, not because we want to make it more toxic by promoting it as the sector where bribery indexes and all that are going high.
Right.
So for me, I would suggest, and I would negotiate that when we start thinking of creating job opportunities in Kenya, I think it cannot just fall like, let's say, like a fruit from a tree. Right. We must start thinking of how is our education system structured and suited to ensure that the people being trained or being educated through it are those that first they're embracing the national values of a country like Kenya, the values that I think it's been hammered severally.
Right.
Yeah, the values of, just integrity. Integrity is a very important virtue.
Right.
The values of openness in when you're dealing with, if you're given space to act and do something else, you do it so transparently, so openly. Right. And consistency, I think, though that is not mentioned within our Article 10 of the Constitution, there's something that really makes us stagnate, because we could be having many ideas, but we stagnate or we procrastinate or we delay to the extent that almost people forget about it. For example, we did promise the young people that immediately they graduate, we'll ensure that they're absorbed even to do what we are calling internships and such. Yes. And that from there, they get the skills and then they get placed, or they can also create avenues through which they place themselves. But I think this has been diminished. We've also created the Employment Authority. Okay, I think that authority was established. Part of what that authority should be helping us with is some very good research that can help us even to think more broadly, wider than what we are scoping at. Because right now, I think this avenue of ensuring that every time our graduates come out, the only thing they can do is a desk and a pen. And nowadays, the pens and the desk are not even needed because the CVs need to be done in a very clear manner. On the laptops and sites, that people that they are struggling with the applications, sending letters here, left, right, and center. Right. I think we need to rethink that kind of an process.
Right, so Mr. Boaz.
Sorry.
I hear you. Your sentiments are, it's getting the professor's attention. He would like to, reflect and answer on that. Let me hand it over to the professor so that you can also hear what he has to say.